Hello and welcome to another review for All That Film. I'm your host, Hay, and today we're going to be talking about Hannah Gadsby's Douglas. And this was a little bit of an interesting comedic special because I guess I didn't know a lot of the context going in of what sort of created this. And just to avoid that for a second, just to review this comedy special as a comedy special, I thought it was really good. There's a part at the beginning that I was like, man, this is sort of dragging on. It feels very exposition heavy and not a lot of jokes. And I didn't really understand that because I didn't understand the context in the show. But once it gets going, I find Gatsby's comedic timing really good. I find the way she can control the stage really amusing. And she really does a very good job at sort of crescendoing into an amazing finale. Where the jokes just keep hitting. And if you know a little bit of her background after, I think it gets even better. But I guess I'll get into the controversy of this, which shouldn't be a controversy. Hannah Gadsby released a special called Nanette. It was critically really praised. It's one of the highest rated things on Letterboxd. And unfortunately, there's some people that don't like it, which I should preface this by saying, hey, if you don't like a comedic special, that is okay. That is all well and good on your own. But if you don't like a comedic special because she's coming after man babies and you are a man baby, then you are the worst. And I say this because I went on to YouTube just to check. And I looked at the like-dislike ratio for Douglas and then for Chris D'Elia, gotta say it right this time. I looked at both their new special trailers on YouTube. And yeah, both, like, Chris D'Elia's special is panned. Like, people do not like it. I enjoyed it. I got roasted on my review because so many people didn't like it. And you ask yourself, well, because of that, what are the likes to dislikes? Not a lot. Not a lot. There's not a lot of dislikes. And if you go on Hannah Gadsby's Douglas, there's more dislikes than there are likes. Which, I'm not here to guard what you dislike, whatever. But it just feels like the people that are sort of coming after Hannah, coming after Douglas and Nanette, it just feels like they're mad at her message, like trying to have some form of importance or trying to stand up for herself, which is the worst part about all of this. If you read through some of the comments, they are despicable on some of her things. If you read through some of her reviews on IMDb, they are also despicable. And the thing is, she made it so easy. In her first special, Nanette, she made it so easy just to be like, oh, well, I didn't find this necessarily funny, but Hannah makes some good points. It's a very heartwarming and personal story. That's all you would have to say. That's all you'd have to say. You could say, not my cup of tea, and then move on. That's all you'd have to do. You didn't have to say, she boring. She tell me about life. All these people sort of trashing this special, which, funnily enough, my favorite special of all time is a serious special. So these people that are throwing out there, well, there are no jokey in this special, so therefore it's bad. Comedy specials can be whatever you want them to be, whatever you're feeling at the moment. And I feel like that is what is so interesting about Nanette, is I know a lot of people will throw out that comedians in particular have to make light of dramatic events, if you will. And I feel like Hannah understands that some of these are very serious and they shouldn't be treated with comedy. And even the one, there's this exuberance in Nanette in one moment that is both comedy and drama at the same time. And I feel like she toes that line very well. Whereas in Douglas, I feel like, again, knowing everything I know now, I feel like it is fine to be reactionary to all this hate and all these people coming after her for no reason in particular. She basically said, hey, men are pretty bad. And then men responded by, guess what? Being pretty bad. Again, the easiest softball was thrown to us, and we whiffed and just attacked this person for no reason. And again, if you are one of those people that is just attacking someone because you don't like what they say, what is wrong with you? Like, again, a personal story someone's sharing. But again, the comedy special with the context, especially knowing that she has an art degree, is really interesting, and it makes that sort of ending that much better. And I don't know. I found most of it really funny. I know a lot of people are really enjoying this. Again, there's just a couple of people that are like, this sucks. It's funny because on the IMDb reviews for Douglas, the top review, IMDb always does this, the top review when you look on the website is, it's the worst, 1 star or whatever, like, how dare a woman try to lecture me. That's a lot of what people, and she actually addresses it in her comedy special, Douglas, where people say that she does more of a TED Talk than a comedy special, which again, comedy can be whatever you want it to be. But if you actually click on the reviews, there's an overwhelming amount of like 9s, 10s, even a few 8s before you get to the low reviews. And these are sorted by the most helpful. So clearly, like, there's just a lot of people that are like, meh, I'm mad. So yeah, unfortunately, this is a controversial comedy special, I guess. But again, if you're one of those people that this just isn't for them, I understand that. But there's so many people, and I hate to see it, that are just like, how dare you talk about your personal stories? I'm an angry dude, and you said guys are kind of bad sometimes. That offends me. And that's annoying, because just let someone talk. You know, listen to them. Imagine if John Mulaney was talking about things, and people were like, how dare you make jokes about Law and Order? I love Law and Order. Like, no one's gonna do that. But yeah, that's my review for Douglas. It wound up being a little bit longer than I would have liked, just because there's a lot more here. It's a good special. Honestly, if I didn't watch Nanette or do further research, I probably would have just been like, yeah, this is really solid. This is fun. Weird 15 minutes. I don't know where that came from, but really solid. And now it's like, 15 minutes is completely justified for all this stuff. I understand. But yeah, thank you guys for checking out this review. If you want to check out other reviews of comedy specials, they will be linked at the end of the video. And of course, if you have opinions to share about this, don't be ignorant. But again, if you want to share your opinions in a nice way, I usually respond to comments. So again, make sure to leave an opinion of what you liked, maybe didn't like as much. But yeah, thank you guys for checking out this review. Make sure to subscribe for future videos. Bye.